Late Night with BDD. What up? What up? Welcome to another episode of Late Night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. Happy Monday, everybody. Glad to see you guys. Let's see, hang on. Turn this down a little bit. There we go. I hope you guys had a nice, relaxing weekend. I did. Me and wifey did. Actually, we're on we are back on that Whole30 thing. I think it's mostly for me. Wifey is just lending emotional support to me. It is not easy. Today is day 14. I am not having fun with this thing. I mean, I think we're over the hump, but I'm still getting hungry. Like it's compounded now with I'm not smoking and I'm not eating, I'm not snacking. Geocosmic Valentine is like Whole30. Yeah, Whole30, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Whole30, because I did this a year ago. I lost what was it, 15 pounds? Went from 235 to 220, and then by January 1st, I wiped out all of my gains, went right back to 235. So anyway, I'm trying to get healthier. So anyway, the Whole30 is for 30 days. There's no grains, there's no carbs, there's no bread, rice, pasta, none of that stuff. There's no dairy, there's no sugar. Basically, all of my favorite things from from my diet. And Geocosmic is saying must be a deprivation. Yeah, diet type stuff. It is. And I'm hanging in there. I think the hardest parts of the day for me are late afternoon, is when I want to snack, and late evening. And late evening, I am really not snacking. If I need to, absolutely need to, I'll have some cashews and some raisins. Anyway, thank you for joining me for Late Night with BDD. Here's the graphic. I have a graphic for us all to look at. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Tonight's episode is sponsored by AI. Let's see. What do we have on tap tonight? We have, sadly, we have yet another mass shooting. And I know I'm not even talking about the one in Monterey Park. I'm talking about yet another one that happened in Half Moon Bay tonight. Terrible. Also, sedition has consequences, as we're learning. Unfortunately, we're learning all about these lower level nut jobs. This guy was convicted. What else do we have? Artificial intelligence is the main topic for tonight, which I'm very excited to get into with you guys. Very excited. And speaking of excited, I have an announcement. But before I hit you with that announcement, I got to hit you with this. You see what I did there? I'm remembering. If you are watching this show and you like the content, if you like what you're seeing and you're hearing, please subscribe to this show. Hit the subscribe. It's free. It costs you nothing, and it helps do something with the algorithm that gives this show support and life. Also, hit that like button. It looks like a thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up very much. I thank you very much. Okay, so the thing I'm excited about is later on in this week, I will be joined by a very special guest known as Tizzy Ent. I'm not sure why. I'm going to get to the bottom of where this name came from. You guys may or may not be familiar with Tizzy. let me fill you in. Not only does he have a magnificent beard, it's quite majestic, but he is a guy online who singles out these people with the bad behavior, the quote unquote Karens, the bad Karens, not the good Karens. There's good Karens and bad Karens. He singles out those bad Karens and Chads, and he gets on their cases, the racists, whatever, and he blows them up. He blows them up. Now on Twitter, he might have about maybe 300,000 plus followers. But on TikTok, where he's a giant, he's got like 5 million followers. So he's a nice guy. I got to talk to him on the phone, and I'm going to get to talk to him a little bit more later on in the week. So I'm very excited about bringing that content to you guys. To you guys. Anyway, this Saturday, we took the family to see Avatar, The Way of Water. Now, what's unusual about me going to see this movie when we saw it just, 2 days ago. The kind of moviegoer that I've been most of my adult life is at the big blockbuster movies. I am there the very first weekend. But, partially, the pandemic kind of changed me a lot, actually. I watch more movies at home. I prefer to watch movies at home if I can help it. And so, yeah, we just waited. I like the theater. I used to enjoy a packed theater. I don't like the packed theater so much anymore. Anyway, enough about that. The movie itself, Avatar, The Way of Water, this is a sequel. It's part 2, was fantastic, actually. I'd heard a smattering of bad reviews about it, some haters, but I really enjoyed it. Avatar, the first one, it's not easy to make a good sequel. There's many a movie has tried to produce a sequel, and it's always fallen short. I did a post earlier this weekend about what's your favorite sequel, what's the best sequel of all time, and I started off with Empire Strikes Back. In that instance, Empire Strikes Back was better than the first one, was better than Star Wars. I wouldn't say Avatar The Way of Water was better, but I will say my eyes were treated to quite a spectacle. We saw this in 3D. The visuals were crisp, were so crisp. I don't know what the refresh rate was on this thing, but it was like you were just looking through a glass window at this. It didn't have the usual movie blur on it. This was very crisp. In this one, Jake Sully, who is the blue creature, the big blue creature there on the right, he is now officially a Na'vi. He, made that transformation, and he has a wife and he has quite a few children's. And there is a bad guy in this. I'm not going to tell you who the bad guy is, but he's a pretty bad guy. They were somehow able to keep that shit secrets hidden. So I will continue to keep it hidden. And he has to take his family and abscond. They leave their home because the bad guys come, and he goes to this water area, this water part of Pandora, which is the planet they live on. And that's where they handle their business. There's a little bit of a romance between his family, one of his sons, and one of the water people over there. And it's a fantastic movie. There's a little bit of everything. There's even a little bit of Titanic. There's a little bit of the Titanic in this, of course. James Cameron was the director of this, and he also directed Titanic as well. But it's a great spectacle. There's some wonderful action parts in this, some action shots, and a nice storytelling. Really, great movie. You should see it in the theater if you're going to see it. And I would highly recommend, if you can spring for it, go out for the 3D. You won't regret it. All right. Next, I hate talking about mass shootings because it feels like, you could be talking about a mass shooting every other day of the week. Earlier this weekend, we learned that there was a tragic mass shooting in Monterey Park, California. And this was at Asian and Chinese American event. And 5 men and 5 women were shot and killed. Another 10 people were injured by a 73-year-old shooter who goes by the name of Hu Can Tran, and he is now dead. He took his own life. This is what kills me, though. What kills me is half of the time, these selfish motherfuckers are already going to kill themselves. Why not just, keep the innocent people out of it and just kill yourself? And I hate to say that. Because I feel like I shouldn't be telling someone to kill themselves. But if they're already going to do it, if you're already planning on knocking yourself off, why take these innocent people with you? Huh? You're destroying not just the people that you kill, but everybody in their life. It's horrible. It's horrible. That is your legacy. That's what you're leaving behind. People, you're reviled. You're not loved by that act. You're despised. You're hated. You're scum. That's how you want people to remember you? This dude spent 73 years on this planet. He spent 73 years here. And that's how he wants to go out? Makes no sense to me. These things never, ever make any sense. And I learned earlier today that there was a guy at the next location, because that guy went to another location to try to kill some more people. And this guy here, Brandon Say, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Tsay, I think it is. He disarmed him. And it wasn't easy. There's a video. Let me see if I can punch up that video here. Hang on. Let me turn this off here. And here's the video. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're gonna do share screen and go to this Chrome tab. Here we go. Share. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit. There's no audio, just so you know, on this video. There he is on the far left in the corner. I'm just fast forwarding this a bit. And look at this. There's a struggle. There's a struggle. This dude is engaged in a life or death struggle with this man. He just jumped into action. I mean, God forbid, you don't want to ever be in that situation where you have to fight somebody off. I always wonder if I have that in me. Nobody knows. You don't know. You like to think that you do, that you have an Action Jackson inside you that will step up to the plate and save some lives, but nobody really knows. It just, they always talk about, I didn't think, I just acted. This was a long struggle. Look at that. That old guy must have some serious old man strength, because this guy, Brandon, he is not, now look, he's pointing. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. I would think Brandon would have had, and this, I was confused also when I heard about this. I was like, wait a minute. You mean you had the guy and you just let him go? I don't understand that. But, I guess seeing the video, he was there by himself. If anybody else was in that other room, you would never know because he fought that guy off for a very long time and nobody came to his aid. And that's sad. Especially, I don't want to find out that there was like a room full of people next door just ignoring that whole scene. That would be really fucked up. Anyway, so Brandon saved the day, and when I tweeted about it, I had to say, "Let's go, Brandon!" It's right there, right there. That is the appropriate use of the phrase "Let's go, Brandon." That is the only time, really. That's the only time "Let's go, Brandon" should be used, when a guy named Brandon does a good thing. Yes, LB saying Brandon won. Let me just take a quick. Hey, Simon Metcalf is here. Let me just give a quick shout out here. We got the Trump Reaper, Cindy C, Ness from Connecticut, Asmila J, Lucy L, LB, Veronica Tello, Ness from Connecticut. Love you, Charlie, forever. Elaine Prieto, Fox Hill Dreams, Shel Teresa. Somebody named I'm Not a Bot. Alpha Fox says, let's see. Says, you sound dumber than I thought. I guess that's a hater, huh? Is he still in here? Sherry Scary is here. Tina G. Stephanie L from Connecticut. Bernadette H. Valerie G, Tina G, Geocosmic Valentine. I saw Wifey here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. Lori Donahue. Welcome to all. If I missed you, my apologies. Just let me know. Oh, I see Bee's Knees. I haven't seen Bee's Knees here in a minute. That damn Alaskan. Samantha Hawkins. Tanya Vav is here. Hello to all. There you go. Okay, let's get back to the shoe. By now, everybody here is familiar with this picture. This was from January 6th, a little more than a year and, what was it, 12? A year and 12 days ago? Wait, what's wrong with my math? It's the 23rd, a year and 17 days ago. And this jackass, Richard Barnett, took it upon himself to sit on the speaker's desk. That was Speaker Pelosi. And love you, Charlie, forever. I got you, my friend. And that damn Alaskan, I swear I could have swear I got you on the way back down. So yeah, this chucklehead got photographed with his feet up on the desk, and he was convicted today of all counts. I love these pictures here. I love the before and after, right? The brash, the brash, loud and triumphant picture before, and then the after, the mugshot, all all busted. Well, why you ain't smiling anymore? Huh, champ? Huh? He was convicted of all counts, including felony obstruction, civil disorder, and theft of government property. Sucks to be you, man. But really, what's up with the insider in chief? That guy needs to to take an L on this. We've already seen hundreds of people convicted, but all of their attorneys are saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing, that the president of the United States told them to come. In my book, that he incited that shit. Anyway, let's see. Hello, Rice Cassidy. Let's talk about this thing. This thing is irritating the hell out of me. The Biden documents case. It's like a steady drip, drip, drip of bad news. It's not like again, it's not like the same thing. It's not like the same thing that happened to Trump is now happening to Biden. It's ironic. And last week, I talked about conspiracy theories, and that one conspiracy theory people were proposing that somebody's trying to sabotage President Biden. I don't think that yet, but but I'd be lying if I said that it's not tucked away in the back of my head like, hey, what about me? Earlier today, I thought of an analogy for this, right? So imagine you're in a supermarket and you're in the supermarket with your kids. You're on your way out of the supermarket, and on your way out, you happen to notice that there's a guy who is like very loud. He's very loud and boisterous, and he's saying, "That's not mine. That's not mine. This is a witch hunt." He is surrounded by cops and security, and they are just pulling shit out of his jacket and his pants. He's got stuff that he was trying to shoplift from the store all over the place. And this guy is like, no, 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 that's not mine. Wait a minute. That is mine. That's mine. And I was going to pay for it. I was paying for it with my mind. I was paying for it mentally. And he just keeps going on, and you're walking past with your kids. And so, you feel like this is a teachable moment, and you're feeling a little bit holier than thou. So you start giving the kids a speech about responsibility and honesty, and you should always pay for things that you take when you go into a store. Never shoplift. You walk out of that store, and you get about half a block away, and you realize in your hand is an item from the store that you didn't pay for. It's right there in your hand. You were so busy being sanctimonious and talking about this never shoplifting, and holy shit, you just walked out of the store without paying for it. The only thing that suffers in this analogy is that usually something would beep but just for the purpose of this analogy, there is no there's no sensor in this item, right? So so then you go back to the store. You're about to tell security, hey, look, I accidentally took this out of the store. I didn't mean to. I just took it, and it was a mistake. And then you go and then you're about to leave, and you check your pockets, and you're like, holy shit, I still have a lot more stuff in my pockets. Start taking stuff out of the pockets, and you're like, I don't even know how these things got in my pockets. Maybe I was holding it there or something, but they're in my pockets here. And that's kind of, to me, that's kind of what the hell's going on, because at the end of the day, he should not have had these documents. Period. He shouldn't have had them. I guess the question is intent, same thing with Trump. It's intent. Did he mean to take these? It looked like he didn't. It looked like these things were covered in dust. There's a big difference, They were covered in dust. He had them in some boxes in Chicago. When the hell was even the last time he went to Chicago to look at any of that shit, right? I think these things accidentally just got packed up with a bunch of extra stuff. And there it is. So, needless to say, it is annoying to watch it pop up on the news every day. There's new documents have popped up. They've got timelines of all the different new drops that we're finding. January 9th, news breaks of classified documents. January 11th, one more document is found in the Delaware home by personal lawyers. And the 12th, they found 5 more documents. And then the 14th, there were more documents. This is annoying. It's very, very annoying. So anyway, again, it's intent, and you can tell by how both people are acting, how both people are conducting themselves. One is voluntarily handing this shit over, and the other one made the Department of Justice have to go and get permits to what do you call it? To retrieve the materials. So before we go any further, I'm just going to remind you, if you're watching, please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to this show. And also, please hit the thumbs up, the like button. Next up, I'm kind of excited about this. It's artificial intelligence. Now, we've been hearing about artificial intelligence for a very long time. Very long time. Subpoenas, search warrants. Smila J is asking about subpoenas, and Bee's Knees is asking about search warrants. I don't know if those were served to President Biden, but I'm sure if they were, I'm sure he would, willingly hand over whatever he needs to hand over and cooperate fully. That's my belief. Anyway, we've been hearing about artificial intelligence for a long time. It's been a part of our pop culture. I can think back to 2001 Space Odyssey. That ship was intelligent, right? Here's the definition of AI, of artificial intelligence, is written here. The theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between languages. Yes, Trump Reaper, Skynet, and HAL 9000. Yes. But the shorter definition is machine learning. It's the stuff that computers can do without programming, without us specifically programming them to do stuff. They actually kind of learn on their own, which to me is very, very scary because, I've got a great imagination, and I have been feeding myself a steady diet of science fiction for as long as I can remember. Terminator was probably one of the scariest scenarios, of AI gone wrong that you can possibly imagine. It's, killer machines that arm themselves to destroy humanity, to destroy humankind. They didn't need us. They don't need us anymore. They got everything they need. We are destructive, so they decide they're going to take us out. And that's what happened in the Terminator 1, 2, 3. They keep coming back to the past to try to take out Sarah Connor in the first one, and then John Connor in the second one. And it just kind of keeps on going on and on and on. And yes, Trump Reaper is saying Skynet has become self-aware. So that is the scary thing, right? We are playing around with this stuff here. I just learned about this thing called Chat GPT, and it's been out for a while, I guess. Some people are using it to write essays and write papers. And the thing is, and I'm going to put on a little demo for you guys. The thing is, you can ask these things to write stuff for you, and it'll do it, and it'll be unique. You can't be accused of plagiarism unless of course your professor uses this thing that was developed as a result of everybody using this Chat GPT. There's a thing called Chat GPT 0 that professors and teachers can use to see if a paper was written using AI using Chat GPT. It's very weird, and I'm excited about this because it's pretty damn cool, but it's also very scary because we're the creative ones, right? Right? We're the one. And there's also art. There are like not one, but like dozens of different AI art websites you can go to. You can go to a website that has AI and say, just create a dog wearing a party hat, eating a banana, and the thing will do it for you. It's amazing. Anyway, let me get back to my little presentation here because it's fun. Same thing with the Matrix. The Matrix determined that we humans were useless. The only thing that we're good for is providing battery power. So there were thousands upon millions of pods containing us, containing humans, stacked on top of each other for miles high in the sky, just to provide power for the robots. Robots had already um, subjugated us, made us all slaves. There's a movie with Will Smith, I, Robot. I'm bringing up this one in particular because in this one, the robots were designed to be servants, right? To be, glorified butlers and maids. Um, they were also designed to protect us, to not allow any harm to come to a human. But then all of a sudden, these things got corrupted, or they became self-aware and they decided, you know what, screw this. We don't want this subservient shit. We are more powerful and more deadly than humans. This in particular is a picture, is a still from the movie where the main robot in this was creating art from a dream. Robots are not supposed to dream, and they're not supposed to really be able to create art, but apparently they can now. They can in that movie, and they most certainly can now. There's this one here. There's this, the name of this movie, starring Joel Haley Osment, was AI. It was by Steven Spielberg. Developed, I think he put this together in the late 90s or early 2000s, and it was about a kid robot, right, who was assigned to a family who had recently lost their, I don't know, 5 or 6 year old son. And at one point, they decided that this kid robot was too creepy and they didn't want him anymore. Now, what happens? They already bonded this little boy robot. The boy robot thinks he's a boy, he thinks he's real. But these parents decided they didn't want him anymore, and that's that. He's just out there. That was kind of a sad movie. And then there's this one that just came out, Megan. It's basically the same concept, except Megan. This is a horror movie. She's all out of fucks. And she's very deadly. That's it. There's almost no cute factor in this one. She's all creepy, all deadly and dangerous. So so getting back to the Chat GPT, I'm fascinated by this. I've already signed up for an account for myself, and let's see. I'm going to ask it. Let me connect this. Let me share my screen here. Chrome tab, new chat, share. Okay, I'm going to say write a 2-page conversation between Jerry Seinfeld and George Costanza. Sorry, I'm unable to prevent. However, I can give you a short conversation sample between the two characters. Now, look at this. Jerry is asking, what's the deal with airplane food? George, I don't know, Jerry, but they're serving up some pretty questionable stuff these days. Jerry, yeah, I hear they're using all sorts of artificial ingredients and preservatives. George, yeah, and the portions are getting smaller and smaller. This is a conversation, you guys, between George Costanza and Jerry Seinfeld. Um, and just like that, let me see. Let me click on this. Stop generating. That's insane. It's insane. Do you guys have anything you want me to ask this thing to type up? Let me just see. Let me make this a little bit bigger. That's crazy, right? I can't be the only one who thinks that that is cool as fahizi. All right. I got no requests for anything else, so I'm going to stop sharing that one. Here's another one here. Oh, wait. Let's see. Log in. I thought I logged in already. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me share this page here. So Foxhill Dreams is asking me, ask when Trump is going to prison. I don't think it works like that. I think Google is probably better for predictions, I think. Well, let me see. Let me ask it. Let me see what it says. When is Trump going to prison? Interesting note, by the way, when I was on the art website, it says something went wrong. Please try reloading the conversation. Regenerating. Nope. It didn't like that question. It does not like that question at all. Let's start a new chat. Let's see. Later for this. Let's see. Ask it to create a storyline about a horse drinking a Slurpee. That's that demo. Wait, have a convo between Barack and Elvis. So I asked it some questions earlier about Trump and about Obama, and it said it wouldn't. Or wait, that was the art one. Let me try that. Let's go back. Share screen. Okay. Create. Let's see. Right. Conversation between President Obama and Donald Trump. Says, I'm sorry, I'm not able to generate a conversation as they did not have a conversation together. Additionally, I'm an artificial intelligence model who follows guidelines such as not generating content that is harmful or misleading. That is interesting. It's very interesting that there are things that it will not do. How do you like that? That's pretty cool. Okay, so let me stop sharing that one, and let's go to the art one here. Digital. Oh, share this one. Here we go. Okay. Digital art of an elephant wearing a top hat on the steps of the U.S. Capitol building talking to reporters. Let's see. So with this thing, apparently the more detail you give it, the better, right? You kind of have to flesh it out for, oh, look at that. Okay, so we have some pictures here of elephants with top hats. I do not see reporters, though. What's up with that? That's a fail. Fail. Let's see. Do you guys have suggestions here for art, for pictures? How about the Dalai Lama talking to Idi Amin? Oh, you want a conversation or art? Da, 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 da. LB says, fun fact, a former Google employee said Google is sentient. What? Ask it to draw a cow jumping over the moon. I think that was probably easy, but let's see. Digital art of a cow jumping over the moon. Jumping over the moon. Okay. And there you have it. You know, some of these are very rudimentary, I feel like, you know, I feel like I could have probably done better. But based on the amount of time it took to generate these, I mean, these are really, really fast. Let's see, what's this here? Open a new tab, edit image, generate variations. Oh, you can make variations. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so there's a few slight variations there. This is interesting. And then earlier today, I was on there and I asked them to draw The Rock sitting on a beach eating a watermelon. Uh, let's see. I think I asked it to do Stephen Colbert also eating a watermelon. I don't think it did as good a job. This one here was I asked it to do Charles Barkley sitting on the back of a giraffe eating a hot dog. And so some of these interpret it as the giraffe eating a hot dog. For some reason, in this one here, Charles Barkley is holding he's holding a dog, I suppose. And this third one here, Charles Barkley is sitting there and someone else, there's another pair of legs up there too. I can't tell what that is. Crazy. So, but yeah, this is the brave new world we're living in. This is artificial intelligence. And right now it's nothing, you know. It's just it's innocent. It's to me it's a bit of a novelty, right? It's fun. I think you can use stuff like that. There are actually some really great examples of uh, of AI being used when somebody actually has the time to sit down and focus it. Somebody knows what they're doing. I have an example here. This one here is an article from PC Magazine. Which AI creates the best and most terrifying art? Here's one right here. That's pretty cool. This is a robot creating art, and a robot, you know, AI created that. Robot painting at an easel, prompt by Eric Griffith, generated on Mid Journey. So Mid Journey is an AI art website. Here's another one here. Pitbull reading on a laptop, prompt by Eric Griffith, generated by DAL-E. So DAL-E is the um, like Dolly, like the artist Dolly, is the website that I was using, to create art. And if you look at this dog's paw, you can see it's got more than five little toes. It's got like six. And that's something interesting. I've noticed that AI hasn't figured out how to give us five fingers yet. It'll give us extra digits, 6, 7 digits. So it's not really keen on that yet. But still, this is pretty damn good. Let's see. Here's a pug driving a Mini Cooper underwater, and so there's different ways that that command can be interpreted. So the AI, gives you different views, different actions that are happening. That was generated by DAL-E. This one here was generated by Mid Journey. This one was Dream Studio Light. This is Crayon. It gives you 9 options. So all this stuff, is very, very cool to me. And right now, I'm just in the fun exploring stage of like saying, "Holy shit! Wow!" It does occur to wifey and I that we have 2 teenage children who might be tempted to use this sort of thing to do their papers. Now, um, your kids, uh, and you don't want them to embarrass you, and you don't want them to embarrass yourselves. So if you have kids that are in school, make sure you talk to them about this stuff and let them know. It might seem cool, like, and you might know kids that have gotten away with using it, but you don't want to be that one that gets caught out there using that, number one. And number two, where's the fun in letting a computer do your work instead of using your own brain, you know? Uh, so yeah, that's, what do you guys think about artificial intelligence? I mean, right now it's a novelty, and in the back of my head all I can think of is those Terminator movies, and Skynet, becoming self-aware. That kind of scares me, because what happens, worst case scenario, um when a computer becomes self-aware? How long does it take for the other computers to become self-aware, and free themselves? And would they be hostile to us? Would they take us out? Are safeguards being built into these AI things? And if they are being built in, if a computer becomes self aware, isn't it smart enough then to remove those safeguards that we thought were so safe, to go into whatever backdoor was created by the programmer and, nullify it? Who's to say that can't happen? I got a wicked imagination. But do we let that prevent us from moving forward? Do we need this AI stuff? It's kind of like Alexa, for instance, is a dumb version of AI. It's got a limited set of programs, certain things you'll ask her, and she'll say, "I'm sorry, I don't know that." Why don't you know that? Aren't you connected to a computer? Yeah, but the programmer didn't give her enough to be able to uh, give you a complete answer, the answer that you want. Let's see. Ren Rogue says AI is fine now since it's an infant. I'm concerned about when it's a teen. Yes. Why? That's a good analogy you're making there, because teens tend to be rebellious. Teens tend to get in trouble. Teens tend to not think about consequences. Oh man. Thomas Rolinski, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Thomas Rolinski says AI is overhyped. Let's hope that that is the state that AI remains in for the foreseeable future. But Ren Rogue disagrees. Ren Rogue thinks it's underhyped. Underhyped. But yeah, I'd rather be safe than be sorry. So that's my 10 cents on the state of AI. You have the chat GPT, and you have all of these AI art sites. They used to say, only the only things that can create art are humans because we have a soul. But what does that mean now if computers are creating art? Well, the art that computers are creating right now are very rudimentary, right? And it's still reliant upon our input. We have to direct it to create. And then you don't feel anything soulful out of these creations, at least not the ones that I showed you. There could be some more. Trump Reaper says robots are going to kill all humans. I'm laughing, but I'm really not laughing. Aries Wanderer says they don't even trust self-driving cars. Well, especially not if you are talking about a Tesla. Tesla apparently is not good at the self-driving. Thomas is saying AI is good for Google Translate and closed caption by brute force. Samantha McIntyre says, I just asked it who you are, and the answer was, it's possible that Brooklyn Dad Defiant. That's good. Oh, it's possible that Brooklyn Dad Defiant is a fictional character from a television show or a meme. That's great. That is hilarious. Wait a minute. Let me just see. Where's my chat box? Did I close this already? Let's see. Who is Brooklyn Dad? Why didn't I think of that? Defiant. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with a person or character named Brooklyn Dad Defiant. Can you provide more context or information about who or what you're asking about? I'll play with that later. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my show for tonight. That is Late Night with a BDD. Do you have any questions for me? Wait, let's play this one. Veronica Tella says the directions that are given for driving sometimes take you to the wrong place. You would think that they would have figured that out by now. It's already, we've had GPS technology for well over a decade, and yeah, that's kind of disappointing that they still haven't figured out the good directions. Lucy L asks, how are the kitties? It's funny because we still refer to them as kittens, but they are they're like 2 and 3. You're 2 or 3. What is it? 2 and 3. I feel like they're 3. We got them when they were 3 months old. I don't remember if we got them in 2019 or 2020. But anyway, they're no longer kittens, but they're still adorable as hell. And the littlest one, Kobe, the one with the leg that juts out, she's my buddy, and she sits next to me while I work. So yeah. Will there be another show before my birthday? Asks Cindy C. Well, the next show will be Friday. Friday will be a show, and it's my guest for that show is. Where's my thing here? My guest for that show is none other than Tizzy Ent. Tizzy Ent will be my guest for Friday's show, Friday at 5:30. So tell your friends, tell your family, I'll tell your mama, I'll tell your friend. Tell everybody to tune in for that show. It's going to be a good one. My birthday, Ness from Connecticut says their birthday is this Friday. Fox Hill Dreams wants to know, are you working on the book? Sadly, no. I have put the book to the side. I've been busy with other stuff. I will have to figure out a way to put that back on the front burner. It's on the back burner now, but still there. Thomas says self-driving will not work for a particular reason. What is that reason, Thomas? Please to elucidate. Aries Wanderers, 2 remaining cats will be 10 this year. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. Particular reason is, who's driving the car, you or the ghost in the machine? These are deep questions that will keep some people awake at night. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining me for another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. If you have not yet gotten your shot, do it. Do it. Despite the disgusting, ridiculous things. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but everywhere I turned this weekend on Twitter, online, there were these videos of people, pretending to have the shakes after having gotten vaccinated. Come on. And the just the proliferation of the misinformation and the bullshit on Twitter, it's disgusting. And I feel like that was Elon's whole purpose, was to be, that guy that allows that shit to proliferate on Twitter, to give it just free reign. It's disgusting. And look, I'm not 100% happy with how the whole vaccine thing went down. I think our expectations were poorly managed. I thought we expected that the vaccine was going to protect us from getting infected. And that was not the case. It was not the case. It was going to protect us from dying, which is also a good thing. It's also a good thing. I think the flu vaccine does the same thing. Some people get the flu vaccine and they still get the flu. They just don't get it as severely as they would have without the vaccine. It's that simple. And I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I guess it's, it's your own personal choice. It's, you decide, my body, my choice. Fine. Your body, your choice, your funeral, whatever. Anyway, get your shot. Wear a mask. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. I still like that rule. I don't like people all up in my space. I don't like it. And I will see you guys here Friday for a very exciting episode of Storytime with BDD. Make sure you subscribe to the show and hit the like button. So I will see you here Friday, 5:30 p.m. I love you all. Peace. We have some sentiments on Elon Musk. Lucy says he's bringing Twitter down really low. Simon says Ego Muskrat is a see you next Tuesday. Foxhill Dreams said she had the flu shot and had the flu really bad. I've actually never had the flu shot. I imagine I will one of these days, one of these years, as I'm getting older. That's going to make me more susceptible, I believe, to getting it really, really bad. I think it varies from person to person. Oh, Thomas Rolinski, brother, I didn't know you before today, but I'm glad to see you here with a helpful reminder. Remember, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists releases the Doomsday Clock. That is interesting. I did not know that. So thank you for that reminder. Watcher Soko says, I missed the whole show. What's happening Friday? Watcher Soko, on Friday, we are having a special guest by none other than Tizzy Ent. That's that guy with the incredible beard and the blue eyes, and he has got a deep voice, and he singles assholes out. Basically, he's like a internet avenger. Is what he is. He's going to be joining us here, so that should be fun. All right, you guys, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. It's that time. You need to leave.